Evil Men on Paternity Court.
Are you sure you got the dates right?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's just say, hypothetically, you're here to conquer. Hypothetically. But you over there sniffing up at this little girl at work, letting her buy you food and pay your phone bill. Now you here in this courtroom. Don't be mad at nobody but yourself, baby.
In a courtroom charged with tension, the battle of Allen v. Diaz unfolds. Mr. Allen denies any link to Miss Diaz's child, while she holds steadfast that he is the father. Is it Mr. Allen's evil scheme, or is he telling the truth? Amidst claims of fuzzy memories and impossibilities, a web of relationships comes to light.
Miss Diaz, you say Mr. Allen is a delusional man-child with a fuzzy memory who refuses to accept responsibility for his own son. You say Mr. Allen is your child's father, and you intend to prove paternity today. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Amidst strained emotions, Mr. Allen reveals a fragmented past with Miss Diaz. He recalls their final encounter before Easter, a bitter split demanding her departure. Living apart in different states, he received a startling text. "I'm pregnant," she said. Skepticism clashed with her assertion, setting the stage for their dispute.
And she texts me out of nowhere, and she's like, "Hey, I'm pregnant." And my response to her was, "Good for you, congratulations, like, what does that have to do with me?" And she goes,
"Oh."
And she goes, "Well, you're the father." And I was like, "No, I'm not, what makes me the father? Prove it."
Amidst perplexing revelations, Mr. Allen questions the timeline and authenticity of Miss Diaz's claims. He points to incongruities in the conception dates and contests the evidence she presents. A candid confrontation with another man emerges as he asserts her willingness to return, despite her involvement with someone else.
You told her, "Prove that I'm the father."
Right, and she would send me pictures of the ultrasound, and she would send me pictures of the doctor's appointments and all that, and update me on it. And I would say the dates of conception, that did not add up to whenever me and Miss Diaz were last together.
A humorous exchange unfolds as Miss Diaz firmly asserts that Mr. Allen was with her during the conception period. Their Easter plans and the menus serve as the backdrop to her confidence in the timeline. The puzzle of dates is brought into sharper focus as Mr. Allen presents a witness to challenge the narrative.
Mr. Allen brought a witness to say he was with him and he wasn't in the state during Easter. Are you sure you got the dates right?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you eat for Easter dinner?
Potato salad, deviled eggs, I think a turkey.
Now that's more like Easter dinner.
Yeah, and we bought the turkey, yeah.
He doesn't know the child at all and has no connection with him. How evil is this man? Mr. Allen's heartfelt confession reveals his inner struggle, a mix of love and uncertainty. He opens up about his relationship with the child, highlighting the emotional weight of not having certainty about his paternity.
I can still give him love. I still have love for him, and like I said, I treat him like my own. He calls me dad, and he notices me when I come in. Obviously, is what keeps me from taking that last step into being a father for him.
The courtroom erupts in applause, and a mix of emotions washes over Mr. Allen's face. Judge Lake playfully lightens the atmosphere with a joke before congratulating him. The significance of this revelation, breaking a generational cycle, is deeply felt. Mr. Allen's determination to be a loving father shines through.
Mr. Allen, you are the father. I see the tears in your eyes. It means something to you to be a...
So it's like a pat on the back and like about time.
Well...
Dig into wild moments on Paternity Court as Miss Reeves seeks to prove Mr. Silva's paternity of her son, Legend. An unexpected twist arises when Mr. Silva, with a past love in hip-hop, Atlanta paternity drama, doubts about fatherhood. Emotions run high as Miss Reeves reveals how this affects their relationship. Judge Lake presides over this engaging paternity dispute.
Ms. Reeves, you are here today to prove that the defendant, Mr. Silva, is the biological father of your 7-month-old son, Legend. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Silva, you say there is absolutely no way you are the biological father of the plaintiff's son. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge Lake demands answers in this wild moment on Paternity Court. Miss Reeves faces the challenge of proving Mr. Silva's paternity of her son, Legend, amidst their turbulent relationship. With suspicions of cheating, the truth emerges as they navigate the real facts behind their breakup and pregnancy. Emotions run high as they confront their past and seek resolution.
Why would you expect her to sit at home and allow you to cheat on her?
It's just really the fact that she came home, she came telling me that I'm the father of Legend. And honestly, I don't believe that.
All right, so now let's come out of our hypothetical situation, and let's really talk about real facts.
The tension escalates in paternity court as Mr. Silva shares shocking revelations about Miss Reeves' suspicious behavior and secretive phone activities. Their relationship is put to the test when accusations of cheating and multiple women texting him surface. Miss Reeves stands her ground, demanding answers from Mr. Silva, leading to a dramatic confrontation about their complex situation.
So when she finally got out the bathroom, I was like, so you're texting your ex and you changed your password. What you gotta hide? And that's exactly.
But my whole thing is like, why do you keep asking me what I have to hide when every single time I turn around, it's another female texting my phone like, oh, I was just dating I was just dating your boyfriend. Your boyfriend is my boyfriend. That's our boyfriend. Like,
tensions rise as Judge Lake questions Mr. Silva's involvement during Miss Reeves' pregnancy. Despite his doubts about being the father, he chose to be there during the birth. However, his suspicions remain, and he insists on a DNA test. Mr. Silva opens up about feeling pressured to sign the birth certificate, sparking a heated discussion about their roles as parents.
Mr. Silva, are you accompanying Ms. Reeves to doctor's appointments? Are you involved? Are you basically just being standoffish because you don't think it's your child?
Your Honor, I was ripped as soon as she told me. I told her who was the father. So I did not believe I was the father, and I was not with her during her pregnancy.
Miss Reeves presents damning evidence to confront Mr. Silva about his involvement with another girl. Despite his feeble denial, Judge Lake sees right through his lies, calling out his smirk as a sign of deception. As the truth unfolds, the tension rises, and Mr. Silva finally admits to telling Miss Reeves about her pregnancy.
Did you confront Mr. Silva about it?
yes, ma'am.
What'd he say?
I show him a picture of him and the girl together, and then he's like, oh, well, I do know her, but that was a long time ago. Like, I haven't seen her for years. Other pictures of them, and I know that it was a recent picture because it was a shirt that he had just got like 2 months ago.
In a gripping continuation of the paternity court saga, Mr. Silva's strong desire to be the child's father clashes with lingering doubts. As emotions escalate, Kermit, Miss Reeves' new love, stands by her side, proclaiming his unwavering commitment. The stakes are high, and the truth is about to be revealed in this riveting paternity dispute.
Hoping that the results saying that I'm his father, because if he's not, then she gotta kick rocks, she gotta go. I can't look at her the same, I can't respect her. That's not my father, that's not my child. I can't be a father to somebody else's child.
It hurts me like you've been around here for a long time, you know what I mean?
The truth about Legend Silva's father has finally come to light. The anticipation builds as Judge Lake announces the life-changing revelation. Mr. Silva's emotions erupt, and Jennifer's tears of relief mix with the audience's cheers. The heartfelt confession brings closure to their tumultuous journey, leaving them with hope for a brighter future together.
Mr. Silva, you are the father.
That's all I needed to know, Your Honor. I'm sorry, and I did have my doubt with Legend, but I know that he's my son, and I would truly, fully love him. And I want us to move on in our relationship, because I love you.
I love you too.
That was beautiful.
A poignant scene unfolds as Miss Jackson implores her childhood sweetheart to step up for their daughter with cerebral palsy. With tears in her eyes, she describes his absence. Mr. Brennan's doubt adds tension. The courtroom hangs on every word, trying to figure out if Mr. Brennan genuinely has a reason to back off, or if is he just an evil man.
Ms. Jackson, you and your mother opened your case because your childhood sweetheart has now become your adulthood nightmare. You say the defendant and his meddling mother are now denying your daughter, Micaiah.
Amid emotional testimony, the story unfolds of a high school romance that once held promises of togetherness. The audience listens intently as Miss Jackson recalls the bond with Mr. Brennan during her pregnancy, highlighting his support and presence during crucial moments. Her narrative tugs at heartstrings, setting the stage for a crucial revelation.
All right, so let's go back a bit because I do want to understand how we got here. You all were in a relationship, you were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sweethearts, high school sweethearts.
Yes.
And at some point you find out you're pregnant.
Yes.
During that pregnancy, was Mr. Brennan there?
He was there throughout the
He
whole
was
pregnancy.
supportive.
As tension mounts, the court uncovers a pivotal moment when the trust between the parents started to unravel. Miss Jackson provides a heartfelt account of the circumstances surrounding the birth certificate and Mr. Brennan's involvement. The exchange between them paints a vivid picture of doubt and skepticism, laying the groundwork for the courtroom's compelling narrative.
I do need to ask if Mr. Brennan was that present and very much involved in Micaiah's birth and her care. Why wasn't he allowed to sign or be on the birth certificate?
He did, Your Honor. I had the whole packet, and he had permission to sign anything because I was under the influence of the drugs at the time.
Emotions run high as Miss Jackson expresses her frustration and sadness, yearning for clarity and resolution. The courtroom atmosphere is charged with tension, highlighting the deep impact of uncertainty on the lives of those involved. The poignant exchange between Miss Jackson and Mr. Brennan reveals their shared frustration and the desire for a swift resolution to the paternity question.
I just know who my baby's dad is, and it just sucks that we couldn't have had it. And I have to be here. It upsets me.
Yeah,
it frustrates me that all this even has to even happen when it could have been done a long, long time ago between me and him and nobody else. If there's really that much of a doubt, I would have stepped forward.
The courtroom atmosphere is tense as Mr. Brennan's unwavering conviction of his paternity is met with Miss Jackson's complex emotions. He confidently asserts his willingness to embrace fatherhood if proven, while Miss Jackson expresses both her daughter's conviction and her guarded sentiments. The conflicting emotions and uncertainties surrounding this pivotal moment create a dramatic and compelling exchange.
Or you still maintain you know for certain Mr. Brennan is Micaiah's biological father?
I'm certain.
Mr. Brennan, have you prepared yourself? Either way.
Yes, ma'am, I have. If she's mine, I'm coming for her. She's got a house, she's got her own room, she's got everything she needs in Tennessee.
In a gripping moment, the court reaches a crucial decision regarding the paternity of 5-year-old Micaiah Jackson. Emotions run high as the truth hangs in the balance, impacting the lives of all involved. The weight of uncertainty lingers as the courtroom holds its breath, awaiting the outcome.
Mr. Brennan, you are the father.
Thank God. And I thought that, but when your friend comes to you and tells you that she says you're not, I mean, you can only wonder. And then when you ask her and she blocks you.
Ripping her off? Is this case about an evil man who exploited a woman, or is he the real victim? Miss Cousin and her mother are in court because they believe Mr. Bell is the father of her 7-month-old son, Taquan. He denies paternity and has cut off all contact.
Miss Cousin, you and your mother say you had no choice but to drag the defendant, Mr. Bell, into court today because you're fed up with his lies.
Yes,
He denies being the father of your 7-month-old son, Taquan, and has even gone to the extreme by blocking all contact with you. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Cousin explains that she believed Mr. Bell when he claimed he wasn't with anyone else and was attentive to her needs, even paying his phone bills and buying him lunch. Miss Cousin wants Cortez to take responsibility and care for their son, as she and her husband have been doing for the past 7 months.
When I first met him, he told me he wasn't with no one. I never slept with no one else at work. Every time I go out to get lunch, he right behind me. What you eating for lunch? Can you buy me something? Meet me downtown. Tell me I cannot pay his phone bill every time I get paid.
Mr. Bell initially claimed that his encounter with Destiny was a one-time thing, but Judge Lake questioned him further. Destiny reveals that they had an ongoing relationship, which contradicts Mr. Bell's denial. Sharonica, Miss Cousin's mother, explains that Mr. Bell took advantage of Destiny's vulnerability. The emotional tension rises as the truth is revealed.
So, Mr. Bell, you said this was a one-time thing when you had sex with...
In a car.
Oh, okay, so you had sex in a car. Did you use protection?
Yes.
No lie.
Yes.
No lie.
Miss Cousin and her mom, they're claiming that this was going on. This was an ongoing relationship. That's not true?
No.
Sharonica urges for the situation to be resolved. She emphasizes Destiny's aspirations for a positive future, including attending college. Cortez becomes defensive, interrupting the conversation, but Judge Lake intervenes to restore order. The question is posed to Mr. Bell about his involvement in Destiny's pregnancy, to which he responds negatively.
Well, we just want it to be over with, Your Honor, because we really want him to help take care of this baby. You know, Destiny just got a new job now, and I want her to stay positive. I want her to go to college. That's one thing that I want her to
out here hoeing around.
Well, you can say whatever you want to say at the end of the day. How you know what she was doing when you
All right,
Destiny confirms that Cortez would often leave after spending time with her, and she believed he wasn't in a relationship when they initially met. She mentions that Cortez has seen Taquan only once and recounts an incident when he asked for sex during that visit. Cortez's sudden interjection about where Destiny lives adds an air of suspense to the situation.
So what you're saying is you all would go out or have sex, but he'd always leave?
Yes.
But you didn't think he was in a relationship?
No, he told me he wasn't in a relationship when I first met him.
You say Mr. Bill hasn't done anything.
In an unexpected turn, Destiny recounts Cortez's proposition for sex, dismissing her boyfriend's involvement. Cortez's flat tire encounter led to a Taquan visit where he commented on the child's resemblance. Destiny sought financial help, but Cortez blocked her. His denial of ever seeing Taquan creates further uncertainty.
And I was like, well, he looked like you with them crazy eyes. I told him I need help with this child because Destiny don't have no money. But he did not do that. He blocked calls and everything.
So, Mr. Bell, do you remember going to see Taquan?
No.
In a pivotal moment, the court concludes Taquan's paternity, evoking a mix of emotions from those involved. Sharonica and Destiny display relief and gratitude, while Cortez's demeanor hints at his reaction to the decision.
Mr. Bell, you are the father.
Thank you, Lord Jesus. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Take my child support paper.
All day.
You could not let them get a sentence out without downplaying everything they said. Everything.